Hey everyone, how are you all? I hope you all are having a great Thursday today. Today we are going to talk about a topic that is little sensitive but is also important and very easily to overlook. So, I am very aware that I just said easily, not easy, but let's just move past that, shall we? Okay, so we're going to talk about kids around us. Kids that are specifically not our children. Like take my example, okay, I'm 26 years old, I'm turning 27 soon, but उसको अभी एक महीना है, तो हम 26 ही कहेंगे, हम 27 नहीं कहेंगे, okay? I hope that is clear. So, and of course, like, I am not married, I don't have kids, I don't know if I'll ever have any, but I love kids and I respect the parents around me, especially who are my age group, my older cousins, my friends who have started to have babies, my friends, they are planning babies. I know they are spectacular parents who are working really hard, both to make money and also to give the values and principles and the right upbringing to their kids. I literally see my older cousins and my friends around me who have started to become this beautiful support system for their kids. And they put so much thoughtfulness and so much like love and affection into how they're raising them. I literally feel so overwhelmed by it, and I feel that I need to respect that and I need to be better as an outsider in how I treat other people's kids. As as a family friend, as an aunt, I need to follow certain principles and values and rules, and I feel like anyone who is dealing with or who is interacting with other people's kids should follow these rules. These rules are perfectly based on A, respect to the parents, B, respect to the kids because kids are their own people, 3, contributing in my small way in their upbringing, and 4th, the safety of the kids. So let's begin. Rule number 1. I never ever offer kids anything in reward of their good behavior, or I don't say to the kids of other people, whether they are my nieces, nephews, whatever, that if you do this, I will give you this. I'll give you an example. When I was in my first year of law school, we used to collaborate with an NGO and we used to go to this orphanage to teach children under age 10 English. And over there was this rule that we were not supposed to give them any chocolates and toffees and stuff like that. And I thought of this as a very ridiculous rule. I was like, why? These are such cute kids. I really want to give them things, okay? But now when I think about it in retrospect, of course I was 18, 19 at that time. I have some wisdom and some perspective now. I feel like it was a necessary rule. Because when you start rewarding kids' behavior with toffees and chocolates, you tell them that there is a manner which is acceptable, that if you do something, I will give you this toffee or chocolate. Or even reverse, which is even harmful, that I will give you a toffee or chocolate if you do this. Now what you're doing, if you're doing that, as a well meaning intention, of course you're doing it with a well meaning intention, like an aunt, you want maybe probably to put their shoes in the right place, you want them probably to behave respectfully, whatever it is. But you're doing two things. A, you're telling them they have to do this just to get that toffee, and you're not inculcating the right reason or the right value behind that particular thing. You're not telling those kids कि अच्छा आप shoes अच्छे से रखो, इसलिए कि अगर आप शूज अच्छे से रखोगे तो आपके शूज will last longer and tomorrow you will not have trouble finding them, and it's a nice mannerism to put your shoes in the right place instead of just throwing them around. But आप कह रहे हो कि टॉफी मिलती है इसलिए शूज ढंग से रखो. Second thing, you are making it very easy for kidnappers and harmful strangers to give them toffee and chocolate and lure them. The idea of luring starts with this positive enforcement and kids finding it acceptable. Imagine a scenario where you have never introduced your kid to the idea of giving them a toffee or chocolate or gift. When a stranger offers them that, they will find it very strange. So ये जो सारी tactics kidnappers और harmful strangers अपनाते हैं, हमें उसे अपने बच्चों की vocabulary और mindset में एकदम strange बनाना है. The fact that the NGO or the orphanage was prohibiting me from giving those toffees and chocolates, I didn't have that perspective at 19 years old to gauge the intention behind it. Think about 4 or 5 years old. They do not have any perspective. They are led by example. So we need to tell them कि ये गलत है ताकि strangers भी उन्हें harm ना कर पाए. Number second, there is no thing like keeping a secret from their parents. I never go to my cousins. Obviously, like, my cousins' children, their cousins are parents, so they are a little bit stricter, and I'm the fun aunt. So whenever I interact, they're like, Mummy, मुझे ये नहीं करने देती, वो नहीं करने देती. Never in million years, even when I am solely in charge of them, I never do this. I never say, okay, I'm giving you this, but don't tell your mother, don't tell your father. Absolutely not. ये तो मैं बिल्कुल नहीं कहती that this is our secret. A lot of child abuse cases and a lot of other incidents, they happen because the child abuser, especially if the child abuser is a person known to the kid, they say that this is our game. हम ये game खेल रहे हैं, this is our secret. Don't tell your parents. There shouldn't be absolutely anything happening in that kid's life that is secret to their parents. और वो लोग सीक्रेट रख लेते हैं क्योंकि उनकी फैमिली में भी बोला जाता है, अच्छा तुम ये कर लो पर मम्मी को नहीं बताना, ये दे दो, ये तुमको दे रहा हूं मैं पर पापा को नहीं बताना. So जब वो आउटसाइडर उन्हें सीक्रेट रखने के लिए कहता है, they are okay with the idea of keeping things secret from their parents. We have to make our kids absolutely uncomfortable with the idea of keeping secrets. और मैं तो खास तौर पे एज एन आंट और एज अ फैमिली फ्रेंड ये आइडिया छोटे छोटे बच्चों में इंस्टिल नहीं करना चाहती हूँ. आई नेवर वॉन्ट टू डू दैट कि तुम ये बात मैं तुम्हें दे रही हूँ अपने मम्मी पापा से छुपाना. बिल्कुल भी नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. Everything they need to do with their parents' permission, knowledge and consent, and that has to be cemented in that kid's mind. Number 3, I parent the kids or I interact with the kids like their parents want me to. Some parents are stricter and firmer, some parents are not. If I'm babysitting, if I'm in charge of a kid, if they tell me कि उसको इतने से इतने बजे तक पढ़ना है और उसको ये चीजें खानी है, आई नेवर टेल कि अच्छा ये नहीं खाना चाहिए बिकॉज मुझे नहीं लगता कि हमें इतना स्ट्रिक्ट उसको ऐसे स्केड्यूल पे रखना चाहिए. मुझे नहीं लगता कि तुम्हें अपने बच्चे को ट्यूशन में भेजना चाहिए. मुझे नहीं लगता दैट यू शुड लेट योर किड्स चूज देयर ओन आउटफिट और व्हाटएवर दैट इज, व्हाटएवर द केस मे बी. I am not a parent, I don't have a kid, and I'm certainly not the parent of that kid. I am just a temporary in charge, no matter how close you are to the parents. Of course, वो आप उस kid को babysit कर रहे हो, आप उसके in charge हो because you have some connection with the parents. It doesn't matter. आप उस kid के temporarily in charge हो and you are a proxy of their parents for a little while. But the parents are delegating work and you have to do it in the manner that they tell you to. आप अपनी पेरेंटिंग स्किल्स और आपका जो नॉन एग्जिस्टिंग पेरेंटिंग ज्ञान है, स्पेशली इफ यू आर नॉट अ फेलो पेरेंट योरसेल्फ, प्लीज उसे इंट्रोड्यूस ना करें. मैं तो नहीं करती. वो जैसे मुझसे बात करने के लिए कहते हैं मैं वैसे करती हूँ. And that's extremely important so that the kids are also not going off back and they are not saying कि वो मौसी तो मुझे ये करने देती है, बुआ तो मुझे ये करने देती है. बिकॉज मौसी और बुआ का पेशेंस एक दिन का है ना, पेरेंट्स का पेशेंस रोज का है, पेरेंट्स का स्ट्रगल, पेरेंट्स की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी रोज की है. एंड देन आई डोंट वांट टू बी लुक लाइक अ वेरी कूल पर्सन एंड देन टू लुक लाइक रियली बैड पीपल. और आई ऑल्सो डोंट वांट टू लुक लाइक stricter than their normal parents are. I just, whenever they tell me to take care of the kid, I always follow the pattern of behavior that the parents show towards their kids. Very important. Number 4, I never discipline somebody else's kid. The maximum I can do is say a stern no. If they're playing with marbles, like one time my niece was playing with a ball full of marbles, okay? Like the niece was so small. That kid was like, not even 3 years old. अगर वो उस हजारों मार्बल्स में से एक मार्बल सॉलो भी कर लेती, किसी को कभी पता नहीं लगने वाला था. Till she started, showing some symptoms. So I had to take that away from her and tell her a stern no. But that's the maximum I've done to discipline a kid. किसी और के बच्चे को के ऊपर हाथ उठाना, किसी और के बच्चे को जोर से डांट देना कि वो डर जाए, वो सहम जाए, किसी और के बच्चे को पनिश कर देना कि तुम वहां कान पकड़ के खड़े हो जाओ या तुम वहां उठक बैठक लगाओ या मैं तुम्हें ये खाने के लिए नहीं दूंगी, ये सब मैं करती ही नहीं. ये सब मुझे करना ही नहीं है. I am not the in charge. I do not have the authority to hit them. I do not have the authority to yell at them. These things are going to scar them for life. So ये मैं बिल्कुल भी नहीं करती और मेरे में वो authority वो power भी नहीं है. Like my parents never hit me. So whenever my mausi or my chachi or anyone was also taking care of me, no matter, regardless if they would choose to hit their own kids or not, they would never hit me. They'd probably yell at me, but that's the maximum because they knew कि मुझे मार खाने की आदत नहीं है, because my parents are not accustomed to it and they respected that, and I have always valued that, because I was otherwise, अगर आप पेरेंट्स से मार खाने में कंफर्टेबल नहीं हो तो किसी और के मार खाने का तो सवाल ही पैदा नहीं होता. Obviously मार खाने में आप कभी कंफर्टेबल नहीं हो सकते, but you know what I mean. I was completely alien to that concept, and I'm very thankful that they didn't give me that unnecessary trauma. So I give that due respect to everyone else around me also. तुम्हारे बच्चों का मैं ध्यान रख लूंगी, मे बी एक stern voice में मैं no कह दूंगी so that they are safe, but other than that I don't really discipline kids. Another point that is very important is that I don't try to introduce new concepts to them. I'm not saying multiplication, division or whatever, but new concepts like wearing a bra for the first time, talking about periods or giving them a full birds and bees talk. Until and unless their parents ask me, which no parent is ever going to ask me, I'm going to give them very biological straight facts, or probably going to mess it up completely. Nobody's going to ask a 26-year-old non-parent to do that. But I don't do that, because that's their parents' responsibility and that's their parents' prerogative. If they request me to do that, if they want me to accompany in that, of course that's a different situation altogether. लेकिन मैं खुद से जाके उनको कोई नई चीज ऐसी नहीं बताऊंगी जो थोड़ी सेंसिटिव टॉपिक है, like good touch and bad touch and all of that. I think the only time I've ever done that is with my little sister. She was 3 years old, not even 3 years old, and she came to us and she was staying with us for like half a day or something, and she wet her bed. Okay, and probably she wasn't even 2, and I was supposed to change her, and I told her, okay, take your frock off or something, and then she completely took it off without me. And I was meeting her after a year, okay, and she's 2, so basically I have not met her for half of her life, but she knew, she was very familiar with the house and everything. And I was like, oh my god, the kids, they don't think before taking their clothes off if they trust the person. So then I had to basically sit her down, and I spoke to her and I told her that until and unless it's your very, very close people, you don't do that. And I don't know it stuck with her or not, but that's the only time I did that, because I was just really concerned, not that she did anything wrong, but it's just something that hit my mind. I was also very young at that time, probably I was 14, 15 at that time. So that's what I did. But other than that, I don't do it at all. Next point is never talk to the kids and I never bitch about their parents to the kids. Of course, ये सब बच्चों जिनकी मैं बात कर रही हूँ, ये मेरे बहुत क्लोज लोगों के बच्चे हैं, पर मैं कभी उनसे नहीं कहती तुम्हारी मम्मी तुम्हें ऐसे नहीं करती, तुम्हारी मम्मी तुम्हें ये नहीं देती, तुम्हारी मम्मी ये वो. That's not the equation I'm trying to build with the kid, okay? That's not what you do. You don't go to the kid and say कि तुम्हारी मम्मी ये नहीं करती, तुम्हारे पापा ये नहीं करते, तुम्हारी मम्मी अच्छी नहीं है, तुम्हारे पापा अच्छे नहीं है, तुम्हारे मम्मी पापा तुम्हें ये क्यों नहीं देते हैं. That dissatisfaction or discontentment or less respect, you don't have to generate in the kid's head towards their parents. Their parents are the safest place they're ever going to be. Their parents are the authority, ultimate authority. आपको उन दोनों के बीच में झगड़ा लगाने की जरूरत नहीं. मे बी दैट किड इज नॉट इवन थिंकिंग दैट, मे बी दैट किड इज एब्सोल्युटली हैप्पी, और वो जो पेरेंट्स कर रहे हैं इन हाइंडसाइट, उनके पर्सपेक्टिव, उनके सिचुएशन से वो बिल्कुल ठीक है. आप मे बी इफ यू आर अ पेरेंट और यू आर नॉट, आपको जो ठीक लगता है वो आप उनकी फैमिली, उनकी लाइफ में मत घुसाइए. पेरेंट बच्चे को मत बोलिए कि तुम्हारी मम्मी इसलिए नहीं कहती तो तुम्हें बहुत दुखी होना चाहिए. ओ पुअर किड, डोंट डू दैट. Try to make their bond special. Even if sometimes my because it's a tendency कि जब बच्चों को डांट पड़ जाती है तो वो अपनी मौसी, बुआ या अपनी मम्मी की फ्रेंड के पास चले आते हैं, और ये मेरे साथ भी हुआ है. बट आई ऑलवेज ट्राई टू टेल देम कि मम्मी इसलिए कर रही थी, मम्मी आपको डांट रही क्योंकि वो आपकी भलाई चाहती है, मम्मी आपको पढ़ने के लिए कह रही है क्योंकि वो आपको she wants you to come first in the class or learn more things, stuff like that. So always try to make the kids respect their parents more. Next point, never ever take the kids along with you without checking with the parents. Never take the kid and tell the parents right when you're halfway down कि हम यहाँ जा रहे हैं. आप पेरेंट्स, बच्चों के पेरेंट्स को बताएंगे नहीं, बच्चों के पेरेंट्स से पूछेंगे कि क्या मैं आपके बच्चे को यहाँ लेके जा सकती हूँ या नहीं. और ये बहुत ही ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है, बिकॉज अदरवाइज व्हाट हैपेंस इज there's going to be a friction. Like आप बच्चे ने बोला आइसक्रीम खानी है, आपने उसको लेके जा रहे हो. Of course you have a bona fide intention, but what you don't know is that he or she is recovering from a cold, which the parents might know. What you might not know and the kid might also not know because that is a kid कि उसको एक nut allergy है और आप जाके उसे कोई nuts वाली आइसक्रीम खिला दे. What will happen? What you don't know कि maybe that kid is not allowed to go out because he is grounded or whatever. So आपको बिल्कुल you have to check with the parents that are they okay with, are they comfortable first of all with you taking the kid alone, and second thing wherever you're going आप कितने बजे आ रहे हो, आप कितना टाइम वहां स्पेंड करोगे, ये सारी डिटेल्स आपको उनको देनी है. Even if they have left you in charge of the kid, they have left you in charge that you take care of the kid while you are at the house, not to take them outside the house. तो ये आपको उनसे बात करनी पड़ेगी अगर आप उनका इंचार्ज भी हैं temporarily. So I never take anybody's kid anywhere without checking with the parents first. Let me know इनमें से कौन से रूल से आप agree या disagree करते हैं और आपके क्या rules हैं while interacting with other children. And of course, needless to say, please like, share and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.